Hello, and welcome to Get In We're Going Healing, a place where we talk about mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being to help you become your greatest, most authentic self and let go of all the baggage that's holding you back from being that. Today we're going to do a tarot reading, and we're going to do what it is that's growing in your life. So let's pick our three piles. I think today we'll choose our three piles from, what do we want to use today? We're going to use the Mystic Oracle deck. I'm sorry, the Mystic Tarot deck. I'm going to give it a shuffle. All right, so we're going to choose three piles. 1, 2, and this one, 3. We're going to put everything upright though. All right. And to help you choose, we're also going to add some flowers. Lion. For pile number 2, we have these pretty little clover flowers. And for pile number 3, we have a bleeding heart. So, same as always with every pick a card, choose whichever one is calling to you, either by number or by the flower that is presented with it. You can also check for the timestamps and see if your lucky number is available in the timestamp. You might be called to 1, 2, or all 3 piles. You can watch whichever one's called to you. So whenever you're ready, choose your pile and I will see you at your reading. If you chose pile number 1 with the dandelion, this is your reading. So our question today is, what is it that's growing in your life right now? What's growing in your life right now? Okay, so we're going to put your flower up here. Let's take a look at your card. You get the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords in this deck is blowing air, and the swords are the intellect. So pages are the young ones. So this is usually representative of young thoughts, young thinking, young ideas, mindsets of those who are young adults. So older than teens, older than children, but not quite as learned, let's say, as someone who is in their 20s or 30s, and not yet as someone who might be in the king or queen status, higher up and a little more knowledgeable. A page is like young stuff. And swords are thinking. So this is young thinking. This could be both a good and a bad. Young thinking can be optimistic, but oftentimes one of the things I've noticed with young people and their thought processes, they tend to be full of a lot of hot air. Okay, they tend to be full of a lot of hot air. So that's not necessarily this case. I think because the question is what's growing in your life, I think what we have is you speaking up more. With the Page of Swords, young and impetuous, quick to say what's on their mind without repercussions, quick to say what needs to be said, sometimes not thinking it through. This could be for ill or for good. But what's growing in your life might be that you're speaking up more. You're using your words more. You're letting yourself say what needs to be said without spending too much time thinking about what needs to be said or overthinking or talking yourself out of it. Because sometimes we can talk ourselves out of things that need to be said by being maybe a little too understanding of another person, where we need to set boundaries and then we go a little overboard saying, well, they did it because of this and this and this, and I can understand why they did it, so I'm not mad at them. And then not saying your boundary, not creating a boundary where a boundary is necessary. So this might be what's growing in your life. You might be speaking up when you weren't before. Very interesting. Let's see what other messages come through for you. So let's check out the Light Seers Tarot and see what messages. So Angels, Ancestors, Guides of pile number 1. Tell me more about what's growing in their lives right now. What's coming to fruition? What's coming, what's growing? Maybe not what's coming to fruition yet, but what's developing? What's young and developing for our Page of Swords with new thoughts and new words? Please and thank you. What's coming for our pile number ones, please? What's growing for them? Okay. So, yes. All right. So, we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse and we got Temperance. All right. So, in this, the Three of Pentacles is the cooperation card. It's having help. It's having people working together. Okay. This is in reverse. So it's an ending of a partnership. There's an ending of a partnership happen, an ending of a collaboration, an ending of working together in cooperation. But when it comes out with the Temperance card is balance. The Temperance card is integration. This is balancing our light and our dark. This is coming to a place of more enlightenment. This is allowing us to bring in what we know of all things and integrate all of those things into our one self. So what's growing in your life right now? The message is there's a relationship or a partnership or a collaboration that is ending, but it will bring things into balance for you. It will bring you into balance and more integrated with where you need to be. Okay. This might be with speaking a boundary. You might have to speak up and speak your truth. And in speaking your truth, you might find that it ends a relationship, it ends a connection, but it's a connection that needs to end for you to find balance. Okay, let's find out more. What else is growing in pile number one's life? Thank you. Nine of Pentacles. Whatever it is that is growing, this thing that you're releasing to come into alignment, it's going to bring you greater abundance. It's going to bring you all that you are asking for with the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is getting things that you wanted in this world, in this life. These pentacles are material gains, material items. It can be money. It doesn't always have to be. It can be things that are just being available to you in this life, things that are physical items available to you in this life. So it's not emotions, it's not thoughts, it's not feelings, it's not passions, it's stuff, it's material stuff. So when you come into alignment, it's going to bring you material stuff. It's going to release you from the burden that you've been carrying. The Ten of Swords is a thought pattern. It's the ending of a thought pattern, but the Ten of Swords is the ending of a thought pattern that has brought you a lot of pain. The swords are your thought patterns, but the Ten of Swords specifically is an ending that is thought patterns that have brought you a lot of pain. It's the ending of a cycle. When we have the Ten of Swords in reverse coming after the Nine of Pentacles, especially with the 9-10 in that combination, 9-10, I feel what it's saying is the Nine of Pentacles, as you let go of this relationship, this connection that is no longer working for you, you're going to come into balance with yourself, and it's going to bring you greater abundance through releasing an old thought pattern, through coming up with new thought patterns, because the Ten of Swords is an ending, but we've got it in reverse, which then implies to me that it's a beginning. And because it's thought patterns, it's a new thought pattern that is forming for you, a releasing of the old thought pattern that was preventing you from moving forward. And what's growing in your life, you are letting go of that old way of being, that old way of thinking, and it's going to transform your life. Can you tell me anything else for the pile number one, our Dandelion? What else is growing in their lives? Releasing the past, letting go of your emotional connection to your past. So in order for us to move forward, we have to release the past. And it's very apropos that it comes right after the Ten of Swords with old thought patterns, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, right? Because the Six of Cups is reminiscing on the past. If we look at the card, what we see is this guy sitting here with his older dog. And up in the thought patterns, he's thinking about when the dog was young and when he was young and all the connection that goes with that. Now, that is a good thing that we can reminisce on our past and we can see the good memories. But the trouble is if we get caught in member berries. If you're a South Park fan, they did an episode on the member berries where everybody was eating these member berries, and they were making everybody member or remember and focus on reminiscing about the past. It used to be so good. It used to be so wonderful. It used to be so fantastic. Member berries. And every time each person ate the member berries, they would reminisce on the past and how the past was better. Things used to be better. But if you were able to go back in time, you would see things didn't used to be better, right? Excuse me. Things didn't used to be better. They were different. If you were back in yourself in those times, you would still have problems. You might see it now that the problems weren't so great. They weren't so big. But at the time, they felt big. But now you've had so many more instances, so many more problems that you've had to solve moving into the future, that the old stuff, you're like, I'd take that any day. That's so much easier than what I'm dealing with now. When we look at our past, we focus on what has happened instead of where we are now and where we're going to go. And sometimes, especially when we're dealing with trauma healing, if we had certain things that we expect in our past, excuse me, our ego tells us that this is likely to repeat, that this is going to happen again based on our previous evidence of what happened last time. Course correct and saying, okay, the last time I reacted this way, they reacted this way. This is what happened. I don't want that to happen again, so let me change. Here's the problem. The situation isn't a repeat of the last time. It's not looking for you to make a course adjustment to avoid the argument, right? Sometimes the issue is coming up for you to see it, for you to clearly notice it, that you didn't notice before. So when we have the Six of Cups coming up here with the Ten of Swords, what this makes me think of what's growing for you right now is seeing your past, but acknowledging your past is in the past, being prepared to move forward, especially when we have our 9-10 with our moving forward, our progression, our blessings with the releasing of old thought patterns. With it needs to become letting go of the past. With it needs to come letting go of what has already happened. And seeing what has happened, looking at it through that happened. That was my life. And now seeing it less about what's happened in your past and more about where you're going to go, where your life is going to move forward, where you're going to go tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. More focused on moving towards the future you want and less focused on looking at the past. Okay. Any other messages? Thank you. Okay. We got the Sun. We got the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Swords reversed. Okay. So I'm going to read these because they came out together as one statement. Okay. And then we'll dive a little deeper. Okay. So all of these in this order as they come out, this is what this statement says to me. Okay. There is heartbreak coming for you, sorrow and tears and crying. However, the sadness that you will experience will transform itself into playfulness. You will stand in your strength and your power and share your passions with others, and you will have help coming for you. You're letting go of burdens that are not yours to carry, and you are letting go of any lies that have been surrounding you. And then we had the Sun come out with it, which tells me this whole message, okay, that you will cry about it. This thing that is ending, this past that you are releasing, this partnership or this connection that is on its way out, it's going to hurt. No lie. Okay. And this isn't meant to scare you. This is meant to prepare you. Because the thing is, as we release things, it hurts. As we let go of old things, it hurts. As we let go of old connections, it hurts. But it's a necessary hurt, because it hurts more to hold on to things that are not meant for you than it does to let go. It'll hurt briefly when you let go. And I mean briefly in the sense that in the long term, by staying or sticking with something that's not working, it can cause years worth of sorrow versus maybe the months worth of sorrow that you'll experience by cutting it loose. So when you are going to experience sorrow, but your sorrow will transform into joy and playfulness with the Knight of Wands. This is a card about being playful. See how she's playing that drum? She's happy. She's laughing. The horse looks like it's in a good mood. Everything is feeling joyous, right? The sorrow will end and the joy will begin. You will share your passions with others, with the Queen of Wands. Look at the passion she's holding in her hand, okay? And she's holding her hand up as, yes, she's happy. She's amazed by what she's seeing in her hand, right? She's amazed. She's having this great time. She feels great. And it comes with the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is passionate help. There is help coming for you. There is help coming to share your passions with others. You will meet people who are going to help you when you find what it is that you love in this passion, in this playfulness. When you find it, share it with others. And as you do, you will find other people who will just fall into place. The help will come for you to help you share it. And it will help you release the burdens that are not yours. The Six of Swords is carrying things that are not yours to carry. Again, swords are thought patterns. So the Six of Swords is carrying thought patterns that are not yours to carry. They may be carrying somebody else's burden. They may be generational curses. They may be something that someone gave to you that once belonged to them. And it's like a family heirloom. Those family curses, they're like family heirlooms. They get passed down from one generation to the next generation as something you are expected to carry and hold in your thoughts. But it's not yours to carry. It was passed down from someone else's pain and they passed it down. This could also mean holding on to being responsible for other people's emotions. Now, this is something I dealt with for a long time. I spent a lot of time trying to manage other people's emotions. Growing up in the environment I grew up in, with a parent that was highly volatile, I often ended up trying to manage the emotions of those around me because that's what kept me safe in my childhood. When I saw that my mother was having a difficult day, I would go out of my way either to try to make things easier for her or to make myself scarce. None of those things ever worked to manage because it's not my job to manage someone else's emotions. It's their job to manage their emotions. But this was a behavioral pattern that I had picked up because of that type of childhood. And into my relationships, I did try to manage other people's emotional states, either when I noticed they were in a bad mood, trying to orchestrate things behind the scenes to avoid making it worse. And it stressed me out to do it because I was always stressed out and wondering, is that person going to react? Is that person going to respond? Are they going to freak out? Are they going to blame me? And I was taking responsibility for their moods, for their emotional states, and making it my responsibility to manage them. And the Six of Swords kept coming up for me to remind me, let go of those burdens. They are not yours to carry. You are not responsible for the thoughts and feelings and actions of other people. Even if you push their buttons, even if you do something that causes anger to be felt by them, their emotions are still their responsibility. What they do with those emotions are their responsibilities. If they react in a negative way and scream and yell and throw things and break things, even though you might have said or done something that evoked an emotional reaction in them, you are not responsible for their anger, their yelling, their throwing things, their breaking things, their displeasure in what it is that you have to share. You are not responsible for the behavior that they choose to do. That is their behavior. They are the ones either consciously or unconsciously reacting from that place. That is not you. Even if you wanted to, you do not have a remote control to fix that. You do not have the button control to fix that, because that all comes from inside of them. They have to be the one to make the change. They have to be the one to manage their emotions. You cannot do it for them. And spending your life trying to do that and manage them is not going to, it just stresses you out, right? And that might be the truth that's coming out. The Seven of Swords is sneakiness, right? It's being sneaky and deceptive. In reverse, it's the truth coming out. So this tells me that through releasing responsibility for other people's thoughts and behaviors, what you're actually doing is showing the truth. The truth is being revealed. What's growing in your life? You are. You are, honey. That's you. You are growing and you are moving into the space of the sun. The sun is the happiest card in the deck. This is wishes fulfilled. This is life fulfilled. This is the life that you want to live. And this is what's going to come for you. This happiness and joy and freedom is going to come for you as you release these things that are not yours, as you release the things that are not yours to carry. All right, love. So let's get one final message for what's growing in your life right now. Where are we going to pull that message from? Let's pull that message from the Ask Your Guide. No. Yes, Ask Your Guides. All right. So what's growing in your life right now, pile number one? What's growing in pile number one's life? Final message from the guides, please. What is growing in pile number one's life? Thank you. Celebration. It goes right along with the sun card. What's growing in your life? Again, you are. Your celebration, your joy, you're feeling connected, you're feeling inspired. Joy. Joy. That's what's coming into your life is joy. That's what you're experiencing is joy. Okay? So, pile number one, I hope that this gave you some insight as to what's coming for you in this new development stage of your life. What's growing for you? Baby, you are. You are letting go of the things that are not serving you. You are releasing the things that are not yours to carry. You are seeing the truth of things, and you are starting brand new cycles, and it is going to absolutely fulfill you. You are the page, baby. You are the young, impetuous, ready to start something new page. Embrace this. This is a new beginning. This is a new start for you, and it's absolutely beautiful. Yes, it is not going to come without its pain. You are going to have some tears to shed, but do not fret, because the sun will always come out after the storms. So my pile number ones, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and show that you liked it, or drop a comment if something resonated deeply with you and it really worked for you. Drop a comment. If you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. If you'd like to leave a donation because you felt called to, that information is in the description box as well. And don't forget to follow me on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram. I share lots of inspiring content and react to various reels and videos, and just share little things about the healing path as we go along. So until next time, love and light, fellow humans. Bye. Hi, pile number twos. If you chose pile number 2 with these pretty purple flowers, this is your reading. So let's take a look at your card first. Oh, you got the 10 of Cups. All right, what is growing for you? Baby, everything. The 10 of Cups is joy. The 10 of Cups is wishes fulfilled. This is having all of your cups filled all at once, filled to overflowing. You see the tower here of cups. Excuse me, the tower here of cups, as if you start to pour liquid on the top cup and all it does is cascade down the other cups. Your cups are filled. Happiness, joy, happy family, all that good stuff. Woo! Pile number 2s. I'm already loving what's coming for your reading. Beautiful. So what is growing in your life? Joy, happiness, wishes fulfilled, having your cake and eating it too, having all the good stuff of life. Ooh, pile number 2, I am so happy for you. Ooh, I can't wait to see what else is coming in your reading for you. All right. Ancestors, angels, guides of pile number 2. Please help me give clear guided messages and readings for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. What's coming for what's growing in pile number 2's life, please? What's growing in pile number 2's life? Thank you. All right. The world, the high priestess. They said reversed. Okay. And 5 of Wands reversed. All right. So right away, the world, completion. I mean, pile number 2, for real. You got the 10 of Cups, you got the world. Like, baby, this is for you. Your life is coming into full alignment. That's what's growing for you. The world is about having everything in alignment. We have the snake that eats its own tail. Let me see if I can get nice and close enough to see that. You see the head there? We have the snake that eats its own tail, right? And that is beginnings and endings all nicely tied up. The world is completion. It's ending big cycles. It's ending big cycles, birth, death type cycles, okay? If I remember the story correctly, I cannot remember the name of the snake, but I remember the meaning of it. I want to say it's in Norse mythology, and the symbolism is the never ending, because the head eats the tail. So the ending is never quite an ending, because the beginning is coming right on the tail of the ending. So the point of this is that it's a cycle. It's a cycle. Nothing is ever complete. It's just that that cycle ends and something new begins. You are at that exact precipice right now. What's growing for you? The ending of a cycle, the completion of something. And following on the tail of that, again, haha, you have the high priestess. And the high priestess, she is powerful. This is trusting your intuition. This is knowing that where the messages are coming from intuitively and following the guidance. This is being able to not have to look for someone else for the answers, but being able to go internally and find the answers, to be able to make things happen on an energetic level. The magician makes things happen on a physical level, on a physical plane. The high priestess makes things happen on an energetic level. Before things come to the 3D physical plane, they happen in the energetic world first. That is what the high priestess does. She makes things happen from an energy level first. And then the magician is able to take that and make it into something tangible in the real world. So what's growing for you? Your intuitive gifts, your ability to make things happen on an energetic level. And we came in with the 5 of Wands with reverse. You're letting go of competing. The 5 of Wands, is competition. Right? It's everybody's competing for that fire. Everybody's trying to get there first. They're all working against each other to focus on who gets it first. We've got it in reverse. So this is letting go of competing, accepting everybody all together, accepting that everybody has their own place, everybody has their own spot, and without the need to compete with another person for resources, compete with another person for attention, compete with another person for love. I don't know exactly what's happening in your situation, but I can tell you that whatever it is that you are learning right now, you are absolutely learning to let go of this mindset that there's lack and that you have to compete for those resources, for those things. You're learning that you don't, that you can create that yourself, that you can create that, all the resources you need from an energetic perspective by going inward and checking in with your intuition. And that's going to create a new cycle for you. My goodness, pile number 2, you certainly have a lot happening. What else can we find out for pile number 2 about what's growing in their lives? Yes, equal exchange. 6 of Pentacles. Equal give, equal take. Right? You've got the infinity symbol in the background, right? And you've got a hand giving and a hand taking. This card symbolizes what's growing for you is you will, for what you put out, you will gain back monetarily or from the physical world, because the pentacles are physical things. So what's growing in your life? For everything that you put out, you will get equal exchange for it. If you've already put out a lot of stuff, you're about to get rewards. You're about to get your end of the bargain. If you have already, I mean, come on, 10 of Cups, the World, the High Priestess. Whatever you have done, whatever work you have done, it's about to come back around. You're about to get the pay for what you've done. Again, might not be monetarily, but you're about to get what you deserve for what you've put out. If it hasn't happened already, then it's a partnership that might be coming to you of equal give and equal take, an equal partnership happening for you. Not really sure. It'll be dependent on your specific take what works, let go of what doesn't. Okay. I don't know exactly who I'm reading for. I'm just reading the cards as they come. You will know your situation better than I do. So take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. Yeah. So there's an ending of a partnership. That's interesting. The Six of Pentacles being equal give and take and a possible partnership, but there is an ending of a partnership as well. The Four of Wands is a partnership or marriage or some type of collaborative work. And it's in reverse. So that's an ending of that. There's a partnership that is ending, and an emotional connection that was tied to that's ending along with it. So I don't know what that means. I don't know how that applies to your situation. On the bottom of the deck, along with that, is letting go of your projections, letting go of imagined things that were not real. Okay, what's growing for you? There's going to be an ending of something. There's some type of situation that has not been fruitful for you, that has been holding you back from growing, and it's ending now because we've got all these other cards. That might be what was coming with that competition, that relationship, whatever it is, that partnership. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a friendship. The Four of Wands is oftentimes depicted as marriage partnership, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a friendship, a partnership in a friendship, some type of relationship, something where you felt that you were not getting equal. You weren't getting equal in it, and your heart was tied up in it. That's coming to an end. And it sounds like for the better. It's for the best. Okay? Because you're the 10 of Cups. You're the World. You're the High Priestess. This is for the better. Whatever it is that is ending, whatever relationship is ending, it is necessary. Because that is what's growing for you. That's what's going to, yeah. 9 of Wands. It's going to give you energy. 9 of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands is being exhausted. It's working really, really hard towards your passions, but working so hard that you're overworking. It's to the point where it becomes a burden, because the next card is the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands is a burden. So the 9 of Wands is working so hard that you exhaust yourself. Often enough that the 10 of Wands, where that whatever it is that you're exhausting yourself, becomes burdensome. It's no longer a give of passion. It's exhausting. When we have it coming in reverse, whatever it is that's ending, this thing that's ending, it's going to give you new energy. It's going to give you renewed passion. It's going to, whatever used to make you exhausted is going to go. And it's going to give you a greater insight into what's happening in your life, a greater insight into your future. Okay. What else do we have? Thank you. Being more playful. No, sorry. That came out in reverse and they're telling me put it back in reverse. So being more serious. The Knight of Wands is being playful, and it came out in the reverse, which is being more serious. So as we are letting go of this thing that's exhausting us, it's going to put us in a more serious headspace. That's not necessarily a bad thing. If you're often type of who's a little bit flighty, being in a more serious headspace is good. It's going to help you. It's going to give you what you need to move forward in something that might be a little more serious. And it might be something to help you grow. And what I mean by that is grow up to mature. Because as we become adults, that is the one thing that switches from childhood. Childhood is carefree and silliness and not having to necessarily take responsibility or a huge chunk of responsibility because the adults in your life handle that. When you become an adult, you have to be the one to take that responsibility. You have to be the one to do the thing, to be the adultier adult. You have to be the adult. And that means you have to be more serious. You have to be more responsible for things. And that comes with being more serious. So whatever it is that's giving you more joy, it might also make you more serious. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay. What else is growing for pile number 2, please? What else is growing in their lives right now? Thank you. The Star in reverse and the Empress in reverse. Okay, what's growing? So the Star is about a wish fulfillment. So I would say letting go of an old wish. Oh, wait. No, I don't know if this is necessarily more serious now. Okay. So here's what these cards say together to me. Okay, Nine of Wands in reverse is having more energy. Knight of Wands in reverse, but it's letting go of being immature and playful. Letting go of a dream you used to have. Letting go of something that you were building, that you were creating, that isn't for you anymore. Okay, because the Star is a wish that you want to have, something that you're wishing for, something you're dreaming of. But we've got it in the reverse, which means letting go of it. Letting go of something that you used to dream of. Letting go of something you used to wish for. And the Empress is creating something. And you've got it in reverse. So this is either letting go of something you were creating or destroying something that you were creating. But again, because the way that it falls... Okay, hold on. No, there's another message here. Okay. So if we look at where it falls specifically under the cards that are above it, all right, in relation to that. So in the Empress reverse, the Empress is creativity. In reverse would be the opposite, lack of creativity or releasing creativity. But it's coming in under the Six of Pentacles, which is equal give and take. So it might be that what this is saying, okay, let me interpret it. Okay. You're going to have all of the world and it's going to give you energy. You're going to be able to check in with your intuition, which is going to make you a little more serious and less playful because you're going to be taking your intuition to a little farther. Releasing the idea of competing. And with releasing that competing, also releasing a dream you used to hold, a wish you used to hold that was in connection to whoever it is that you were competing with. And equal give and take to balance out this lack. Maybe there was lack of creativity. Things were too stagnant and there was no equal give and take because things were stagnant. That's only one interpretation, okay? I don't know what your situation is. One last thing for pile number 2, okay? What is growing for them? What is growing for them in their lives, please? What is growing for pile number 2, please? Interesting. Being dissatisfied. You are feeling dissatisfied. So the Four of Cups is, you look at the 3 cups beside her, and she's looking off into space like, ugh. And she's so focused on what she doesn't have. She doesn't see this final 4th bowl with her blessings in it. So this tells me 2 things, okay? This tells me that right now you feel stuck. Right now, you are looking off going, I wish that I had this better life. I wish I had this other stuff. And I don't. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying it, so I know it's accurate. It feels like the story you're telling yourself is, everything feels so heavy. It feels so overwhelming, especially when we fall into the 4 of Wands in reverse. It feels like I don't have what I'm looking for. It feels like I don't have the connection I'm looking for. And you're focused on, but the message of the Four of Cups, especially with this this bowl that's being handed over, and you see there's a hand under it offering it, right? So it's reminding you, yes, it might seem a little down, a little dour, a little not so good, but there are blessings coming. Okay, again, I want to remind you, you got the World. It's an ending of a cycle. It's the ending of an old pattern while we wait for something new to begin. So you might be in a gap right now and you just don't see that there are blessings coming. But baby, you are the 10 of Cups. That was the first card you pulled, was the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is wishes fulfilled, getting all that you want, the happy family, everything, right? It's all of that stuff. So I want to let you know, don't be discouraged, okay? Don't feel discouraged. There are blessings coming, okay? Yeah, I was just about to put the deck down, and as I say the blessings are coming, the card at the bottom of the deck is Six of Wands, which is victory. So yes, my beautiful pile number 2s, it feels like it might be overwhelming right now, but that's because something is ending, something is dying. We asked what's growing in your life. In order for something to grow, something had to die first. And this is a rebirth for you. This is the feeling I'm getting, is this is not just something that's growing for you. This is a rebirth that is happening for you. An ending of something that was old and no longer useful. A partnership that was filled with competition and lack of reciprocity. A partnership, a connection that was not all that it seemed like it was going to be. And it was exhausting and it was difficult. But this is for the best. This is what's meant for you. Again, that victory on the bottom of the deck. What's growing for you is something is ending before it grows. Okay? And this is a good thing. This is a beautiful thing. It does not feel like it in the moment, I know. But it is, at the end of the day, a beautiful thing. For there must always be winter before there is spring. I don't know why I said that, but that just came to my head, so I shared it. I don't know whose guide shared that, but somebody's guide just shared that. There must be a winter before there's a spring. Okay? One inner guidance message, please, for our pile number 2s. You get 2, because they said so. Bravado and rest. All right, baby. Okay. Excuse me. With spring comes allergies, such as what I'm dealing with. So, bravado. Now, this card initially warns you about going into battle with your sword drawn. What I mean by that is swords are our defense, right? So this card is advising you and warning you, be careful charging into situations with your sword drawn, ready to fight. Because you may not know what you're dealing with. You may not be seeing the whole story, okay? Bravado, if we understand the meaning of the word bravado, when we say that someone has a lot of bravado, we don't mean that they're very brave. What we mean is they talk a big game. That's what bravado means. You talk a big game. But you don't necessarily back up your words, but you talk a big game to where people question, are you really talking truth? Are you really saying what is true? And in this situation, on this card, in this specific one, when we see these warriors in the background on horseback, and then our warriors here, and then you've got this person here with the sword, and then the hands going, it's warning you not to go off into battle half-cocked. Let's put it that way. I'm just going to be blunt. I'm not going to mince words. I'm just going to be clear. Don't go off into battle half-cocked. Don't be running off into a battle that you are not prepared for. Okay? You need to rest with the card Rest and Holy Spirit. This is, if you look at the picture, there's a person sitting there on a lounge chair reading a book and just enjoying and relaxing and resting. Okay. These two cards came out together. So here's how I'm going to interpret this, okay? I'm going to tell a story with it, which I think will help get the interpretation a little bit more understood. Let's go that way. When we jump off into battle, especially when we're all worked up about something, and this guy's holding a sword, so I'm going to go ahead and follow the rest of the symbology that goes along with the rest of the suit of tarot and talk about the swords. The swords are our thinking patterns. You didn't get any swords in your reading, but swords are intellect and thought patterns. Now, if we take it here with the card of bravado, I'm going to take with the way the meaning for you has rolled out, that you need to be cautious about jumping into verbal battles where you start sharing all of your angry thoughts, your sharp thoughts, your sharp words with other people, thinking you are in the right. Because you are being asked instead to rest and let go of whatever it is that you think that you have a lot of bravado in, whatever it is that you feel is worth the battle. You are being asked instead to rest. Remember what was said before about it's not your responsibility to maintain others, to be worried about their thoughts and whatnot. That is yours to handle, your emotions to handle, not theirs. You are being asked to handle your emotions. If you are feeling like you need to get all up at arms and have a battle, you are being asked instead to rest, to spend time in contemplation, and not even necessarily in contemplation. Do something that takes your mind off of it, so you're not overthinking it. Allow yourself to get out of that space of constantly ruminating and working yourself up into a lather, as I like to say, working yourself up to the point where you feel that you need to have a battle. You need to have a sparring. You need to have your bravado proven. You need to show that you are brave and you are just and you are right. That is the competing energy that we talked about before, right? The competing. There's a tarot reader I like by the name of Chloe Taylor, and she likes to call it the dick measuring card, where you run around and say, well, mine is bigger than yours. I am better than you. That's bravado, right? So when you feel that you need to jump into battle with bravado, instead rest, read a book, watch a movie, listen to some music, go for a walk. Put your nervous system back into regulation. Pick an activity that will help you get your nervous system back into regulation. That's what rest is re-regulating your nervous system when it's out of regulation, which is how we feel when we want to get into battles with people. If you are feeling the desire to get into a battle, regulate your nervous system. There are many, many resources out there to help you, but honestly, like I said, go for a walk, read a book, listen to music, watch a movie, exercise. If that's your thing, if you like to exercise, that's always a great way to balance it out. Go to yoga, do some meditation, rest. Help yourself get back into a regulated state to let go of this bravado. Because as you are changing, as you are growing, that is something that needs to be let go of. Stop rising to the occasion. I heard a quote before that I'm going to share with you because I think it applies to your bravado. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. You don't. If someone wants to have a fight with you, you don't have to have a fight with them. If someone wants to be grumpy and give you negative words and negative whatever, wherever they're coming from, you don't have to react to that. You don't have to attend every argument you are invited to, every fight you are invited to. You don't have to go. You can say no, thank you. And I think that's what you're being asked to do. So pile number 2, what's growing for you? Baby, you are. You are growing for you. You are outgrowing things that are no longer in alignment with who you are. And you are moving into ending old cycles and trusting your intuition more. And that is a beautiful thing. So pile number 2, if you liked this reading, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If any parts resonated with you and you'd like to share, don't forget to drop a comment and share with others. We can help each other learn through the things that we share about what we're doing on our journey. We can guide each other with our comments and our shares. So don't forget to do that and help somebody else learn and understand along the way. If you'd like to get a personal reading, all that information is in the description box. And if you'd like to give a donation, because it touched you so much, if you feel so called to give a donation, that information is also in the description box. If you'd like to join our beautiful community on Patreon, where I share Patreon exclusives, you will find that information pinned down in the box as well. And if you would like to join me on social media, where I share lots of inspiring content and tips about your personal growth and your journey on healing, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram. That is also in the description box. So until next time, fellow humans, love and light. Bye. Hi, pile number threes. If you chose the third card and the bleeding heart, this is your reading. All right, let's see what card you got. Stick that right up here. There we go. You got the star. Isn't that beautiful? With the forget-me, or with the bleeding heart. So, the star card, I believe in this card, it's being depicted as Pandora's box. But the star card is about wishing, a wish fulfilled. So if you think about when you wish on a star, okay? When you wish on a star, you wish for whatever it is that you want, whatever your desires are. And you're trusting in whatever universal force, whatever it is, that energy out there, that higher power, to bring you the wish that you are asking for. Now, I know I used to wish on a star. Every night when I was a child, in where I live, there was a radio broadcast on in the evenings called Pillow Talk. And there was the radio host at 11:11 every night would start with with a song by Kool and the Gang. And he would begin with starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. And he would say, now go on, make a wish. And I listened to it every night, and I made a wish every single night. And you, my lovely pile number threes, maybe what is growing for you, a wish come true might be growing for you. Let's see more about what's coming for your reading, okay? All right, so we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot for our initial questions, our initial things, and then we'll get a message from the Inner Guide deck, the Inner Guide Oracle, okay? So angels, ancestors, guides of pile number 3, our star with bleeding heart. Please give me clear, guided messages on what it is that they need to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, pile number 3. What is it that's growing in pile number 3's life, please? What's growing in pile number 3's life? I can't take them fell on the floor like that. Okay. Ooh, some lies are coming out. Some deception is coming out. Ooh, some deception is coming out, and interesting. And it's making for excitement. Interesting. All right. Can we get a little more clarification on Seven of Swords? No, you know what? I won't use this deck to clarify. I'm going to clarify with the Osho Zen deck because I want to know more about the Seven of Swords. Can you tell me more about Seven of Swords, please? What deception? What is the deception? Tell me more about the deception. Ace of Swords with consciousness. A lie about your awareness and your consciousness. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I don't know where that's going to go. But so far in your reading, what is it that's growing for you? A lie that you didn't see? Oh, interesting. You know what I just noticed? I'm not sure if that's supposed to be the sun and the moon or just the moon. But things coming to light under the moon. Sneakiness that's coming to light. Deception that's coming to light. And it's revolving around your consciousness, your awareness. So you might be going through an awakening. With the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is young excitement, being full of excitement and looking towards the future with just passion and excitement, as one does when one is young and sees the world that way. Okay, let's get a little more let's get some more cards here. What is growing in pile number 3's life? Thank you. The High Priestess, Strength, and 5 of Swords. All right. What's growing in your life? So, the High Priestess is connecting with your intuition. So you're already, when we combine this together, a wish fulfilled, and the truth about your consciousness is coming forth. That's making you excited for the future. You're connecting more when asked for more information on what else is growing in your life. It's your intuition. It's your connection to your inner knowing. The High Priestess is connected to her intuition, to her third eye, as you see in the image. There's a dot on her third eye. She's connected to her third eye. She's connected to her intuition. She's connected to knowing life, right? She's connected to the divine. And if you take it outside of context of spirituality into just more of a psychology understanding, she's connected to her greater self, to her higher self, to her highest version of self. And because she's connected to that, she can see through the deception and the lies. You also got the Strength card. And the Strength card is about knowing who you are. Okay, in other decks, it is depicted as a woman who is petting the head of a lion. And by giving compassion and understanding and kindness is how the lion comes over. If she were to address the lion from a place of aggressiveness or forcefulness, then the lion would attack. In order for her to be one with the lion, for her to connect with the lion, she has to come to it through a place of love, a place of acceptance and compassion. And I like the symbolism of this card being that she is becoming the lion, and the lion is laying down with the lamb. Now, if we use that information, I don't know how many people were raised with a Christian background. I know I was raised Christian, though I am not now. And I remember there being a passage in the Bible that when the lion lays down with the lamb is when Christ will return to the earth. Now, the meaning of the lion laying down with the lamb is when the aggressives, when the dominants, when those who force their will lay down with those who were seen as the underlings, the lesser thans, the less powerful, right? The softer, the gentler. When the aggressive lay down with the soft and gentler, which to me means balance. And we have the infinity symbol on her arm there, which again makes me feel balance. That's what I'm getting from that, is balance. So what's coming for you, what's growing in your life, your ability to connect with your intuition and find balance between your two extremes, to become strong enough to speak up like the lion, but soft enough to be in your own space as the lamb. You are coming into a balance of your strength and your softness. What else is growing for you? Well, we've got the 5 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords is comparison. Okay, you see this guy here, he's holding his head, he's thinking really hard, he's overthinking, I'd even say. And then you got this guy over here on this mountain, right? And he's made it up to the top of the mountain. He's gotten up there, but if you see, he didn't get up there without damage. That, to me, makes me think of blood along the way, the sacrifice, the pain that that he had to go through to get to the top of the mountain. Now, 5 of Swords in general talks about comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to you are lesser than or greater than another person. And it's reminding you that you are not better than someone else, and they are not better than you. You are different. You are equal in the sense that you are all human. You are all human beings living on this planet, but it does not make you greater than or lesser than another person. For any reason, they might be more intelligent than you, but that does not make them better than you. You might be more emotional than them, but that does not make you less or lesser than them or greater than them, just different than them. So what's growing for you? It might be that you're learning that you don't have to compete with someone else. You don't have to compare yourself and your journey to someone else's journey. That your journey is meant to be your journey, and specifically your journey, and not anyone else's journey. Okay? So what else can we learn for pile number 3, please? What is growing in their lives right now? Please and thank you. What is growing in pile number 3's life right now? Oof, that's a lot of cards. I'm gonna have to slow down. What's growing in pile number 3's life, please? Thank you. And take you 2. All right. Learning how that you don't have to work so hard and building your imagination. So the 8 of Pentacles is putting in a lot of hard work in the physical, putting in your work to get your rewards. One of the things that you are learning in your growth is that you don't have to work so hard. Okay. That's one of the things that comes up with the with the High Priestess. As you learn to do things on the energetic level, it comes to you on the physical level. So you're learning and you're growing in an area where you're learning you don't have to work so hard to get the results that you want. Maybe in the space of competing or comparing, where you compare your situation to another and think, I have to work harder if I want to get what I want to get. But you're being told you don't have to work so hard. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse, there's putting effort in, but it's not putting a ton of effort in. Understanding that from more of an energetic level. You are creating more from an energetic level than from a physical, and it will find you on the energetic. So it's also asking you to, with the 7 of Cups, use your imagination. Okay, the 7 of Cups in this deck is about imagining. So you see he's got these bowls overturned, these cups overturned, and he's imagining things like a dragon, right, with wings. We've got this snake coming out of here, which automatically, I'm going to tell you, warns against letting yourself get too caught up with your imagination because it can be deceptive. With the snake, with the symbolism of the snake in the Garden of Eden, being deceptive or supposedly deceptive to Adam and Eve. The snake in the grass, the snake in the garden, that sort of thing, the vibe of a snake being deceptive. It's warning you to be careful about your imaginations and being careful when you start to believe that they are truth. Because the thing about believing in things that aren't true is you begin to act on them as if they are true, even if they are not. And that becomes problematic. Now, that's not what we're seeing in this case, though. With the way that this reading is panning out, what I'm seeing, what's growing for you, is that you're learning that you don't have to work so hard, that you can allow your imagination to help guide you on where you're planning to go without having to do such physical work in the physical world. Okay? Oh, that one really wanted to come out. 8 of Swords. So you're being shown that there are more than one option available to you, but you are wearing a blindfold and you're not seeing it. Okay? So in this card, she's all tied up by the strings and she's got a blindfold and she feels bound at this point. She can't see the way out and she feels bound. Now, here's the interesting thing about this imagery. You see how it's in the mirror, right? So the mirror is our reflection. And if we go into digging a little deeper into our psyche, this goes into our parts, telling us that we don't have choices, telling us that we are all tied up, telling us that we are bound and stuck and there are no choices. But you are not the reflection. You are the person looking in the mirror, not the reflection in the mirror. So what's growing in your life? You're beginning to understand that there are choices available to you, even if you don't see them. Because again, swords are thought patterns, right? Swords are how we think about things. The 8 of Swords is we think we're stuck. We think we're tied down. We think that we're bound up and there are no choices. But if we take our blindfold off, we see that indeed there are choices. The traditional card is a woman standing with swords all around her and she's bound and she's feels like every time she takes a move, she feels the sharp edge of a sword and there's no way out. But if she were to take off the blindfold, she would see there's an easy path through the sword. It's an easy way to get out. This is the same thing that the message in this card is saying. You feel that you are bound. You feel that you don't have a way out. But if you take off the blindfold, you would see the option. So now what is the blindfold? The blindfold, I feel, is your lack of connection to your intuition. Or your lack of connection to your imagination. But I would say definitely strongly your intuition, your ability to trust in your higher self, your inner knowing, right? Especially if we move all the cards into balance here. Oh, hold on. I just got a secondary message. We've got the truth. When we asked what truth is not being seen, what deception, what is the deception about? It's your consciousness. And with the Eight of Pentacles falling underneath it, the message from these three cards that I get with that is you don't have to try so hard to connect with your consciousness. By allowing yourself to be young in your passions and use your imagination, you'll be able to use your intuition to help you find a way out. Okay? Let's get a couple more messages. What is growing for pile number 3, please? No, I can't take that many cards. You're going to have to, 2 cards, please. Just 2. What is growing for pile number 3, please? Pile number 3, please. What's growing for pile number 3? Thank you. 1 more, please. Thank you. Give me 2 more. Okay. All right. So the next card we got was the Five of Pentacles, which falls under strength. The Five of Pentacles is feeling like you are in lack, feeling like you don't have the resources that you need, feeling like there's nothing available to you. Pentacles are physical items in the material world, right? So it could be money, it doesn't have to be. The Five of Pentacles, she's sitting there in rags and she's sitting in front of the doorway and she looks like just devastated. She's overwrought. She has no money. She can't afford anything and she's just depressed. But here's the thing about the Five of Pentacles. You see that key? You see that door? Okay. The Five of Pentacles reminds us there is always a way out. Even when we feel that there is no way out, there is always a way out. If we are willing to look for it, there is always an answer. And when we have it fall under strength, the message I hear from that is be strong. There is a way out. Be strong. You won't be in this position forever. Be strong and overcome your feelings of lack. Overcome your feelings of depression. Overcome your feelings that you have nothing. Because it's not true. And I got chills as I said it, so I know it's true. It's not true that you have nothing. Don't forget the key. There is always a way out. You just have to open your eyes and look for it. And you got it paired with strength. So be strong. There is a way out. And when we got our comparison, the final 2 cards you got were the Ace of Cups and the Fool, which is these 2 combined says there is a new love coming for you, a brand new start in love, in heart chakra, in love. It doesn't mean romantic. It means heart, in love. It could be love for your life. It could be love for people. It could be love for your job. It could be love for your family. It could be love for anything. Something that makes your heart feel like it's expanding. With the Fool is a brand new beginning, a brand new start, a new journey, starting on a brand new journey at the very beginning of a journey. You are the Fool. You are starting out in this new adventure, having no idea what's coming for you, having no idea what's going to happen, but trusting anyway and starting out hoping for the best. When you let go of the idea of competing with other people, comparing yourself to other people, comparing your path to other people, you're going to find a new start in things that bring you love, a new start in things that make your heart happy. So what is it that's growing in your life right now, pile number 3? You. You are growing and you are beginning a new start. You are letting go of things that were not part of the future that you are moving towards. You are getting a wish fulfilled. But the thing is, the wish fulfillment is going to come at dismantling old ideas. It's going to come at empowering yourself, giving yourself the power to find your own way out, giving yourself the power to see the options that you haven't seen, giving yourself the ability to enjoy life more, to allow your imagination to flourish, giving you the power to see through the lies and realize you don't have to work so hard for everything in life, that you can relax and enjoy with some ease and be playful. Let go of having to work so hard and allow yourself to imagine and be playful, right? They come in that order. Believing the lies, letting go of the lies that of your consciousness, that you have to work so hard, and being more playful and imaginative in life. Trusting your intuition to help you find the solutions and ways out to things. Believing that you are strong enough to get yourself out of the position that you found yourself stuck in of lack. And letting go of this idea of comparing your path to another. And when you do that, you're going to be able to find yourself a brand new start. Okay? So let's get one more message from the Ask Your Guides Oracle for our beautiful pile number 3s with their bleeding hearts. I should have known there was going to be something to do with love in this, with the bleeding heart. And wishes fulfilled, making big wishes, wanting things to come true. Let's get one more piece of advice from inner guides for our pile number 3s, please. What does pile number 3 need to let go of? Or what's growing in their lives right now? What is growing in pile number 3's life right now? Okay. You got a lot of cards with that, but I feel like they come together. So the first thing was bravado, and it came in reverse. So you might have been called to pile number 2. Bravado being where we talk a big game. We have a lot of, I'm so awesome, I'm so amazing. Let go of that bravado, okay? You are meant to be a leader. Life force and balance. Yes. I feel like this is the way that this is meant to be. Okay. So what is coming for you? What is growing in your life? As you let go of talking your big game, as you let go of your attitude of comparison, as you let go of this bravado that you're carrying, it's going to turn you into a leader. You're going to be an example for other people. You're going to show them how to do what you are doing and be the light for them. It will help to bring your life force into balance of equal give and equal take. We have our balanced scales and giving a gift and receiving. They will be equal give and equal take. And it will raise your heart with life force and Aphrodite. It will make you love greater. It will bring, it will bring your heart into greater alignment. It makes me think of the part in The Grinch where his heart grew 2 sizes that day. That's what that makes me think of in this, that your heart is going to expand, your heart is going to grow, and it's going to give you a greater appreciation for life. It's going to give you a greater appreciation for love. As we said over here with this new love, this new start, right? This life force is bringing our connection to love, our connection to our heart into greater balance. So what's growing in your life? Again, you. And you are going to be an example for other people. You're going to find balance in your heart space. You're going to find balance in how you live your life. And it's going to help heal other people. I absolutely hope that's true for you, pile number 3. So if you enjoy this reading, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. if you enjoyed this content. If you resonated with any part of it, please drop a comment in the comment section. Let other people know. Have that leadership that we talked about here. By sharing what parts resonated with you, you can help other people to grow. By sharing more of your story, you can help other people that resonate with it to feel more comfortable sharing and to listen to the messages more and to heal from it. Your words and your guidance can help another person. You are meant to be a leader. You are being asked to be a leader. So if you are called to, drop a comment in and share with other people. If you would like to get a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. If you would like to leave a donation, if it called to you and you'd like to give a donation, that information is also in the description box. If you'd like to follow my podcast, you can find it on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and everywhere you find your podcasts, that we talk about how to grow spiritually, emotionally, physically, how to heal through your trauma, how to heal through your stuff so you can grow as a person. If that's something that you are interested in, don't forget to check that out. And if you feel so called to join our beautiful team over on Patreon. If you could join our team on Patreon, feel free to do that, where there are Patreon exclusives and I share more of this type of content. So until next time, love and light, fellow humans. Bye.